On Brett turn 4, make a nice charge with my BSB unit into the rear of the Gnoblars. So killing those Gnoblars is going to give me a ton of combat resolution. Not only that, but my BSB unit has the Virtue of Duty, which gives you +1 combat res, a War Banner for an additional, and then the BSB and the banner themselves give 2 more. So just a ton of static combat res and a ton of combat res from killing those Gnoblars should allow me to break that entire combat. Reform my Knights of the Realm unit to try to help out against those Iron Guts. And I didn't mention it before, but he finally got a Gorger on the board down by my Trebuchet Castle, and my Peg Knights charged him. So my last remaining crew member on this Trebuchet goes down. And over here my Peg Knights fail their fear test, but they hold in combat. In the big combat, yeah, just kill a ton of Gnoblars coming in. Actually lost 2 Grail Knights in that combat. But during my magic phase, I once again had the +4 toughness on my peasants. And yeah, he just couldn't touch them. So at the end of combat, I ran down his big unit with Scrag with my Grail Knights, and his Gnoblars fled through my BSB unit and made it. And then I'll reform with my peasants to try to help down in the south. And this is what it looks like at the end of Brett turn 4. So going to Ogres turn 5, he gets his second Gorger on, and he charges his Iron Gut unit with Tyrant into my Peg Knights, so that will not go well. That'll be a disaster. He rallies with his lone Lead Belcher over here from the middle combat, and his Gnoblar unit continues to flee. So in his magic phase, he rolled Irresistible Force for some spell that does 2d6 strength, 2 hits I believe, but they cut right through armor. And he ended up killing 3 Knights of the Realm. So I failed to really talk much about his magic phase, but we pretty much were having just a constant duel to keep +4 toughness off my peasants, which I managed to win each time. And in his phase, he kept buffing strength and extra toughness to his Iron Gut unit, and some of them on the Bull unit, and they just became really, really scary at the end. The only thing I consistently dispelled was his regeneration, which allowed my Trebuchets to dominate his Iron Gut unit. So over here after combat, of course, he crushes through my Peg Knights, and he overruns with his Gorger into my Trebuchet. So also, he had charged me in the rear with his 2 Lions and with his 8 Gnoblar Trappers. So there's a chance here that my general could go down, but my general turns around and
double kill! Triple kill!
Oh yeah! Made those peasants cry for siding with the Ogres. So going to Brett turn 5, I charge his second Gorger that came on. He killing blows one of my Peg Knights. We do 1 wound to him, and the combat evens out, so we stay. Grail Knights charge the remaining Lead Belcher, take care of him pretty easily. And my Knights of the Realm with BSB run down the remains of the Gnoblar unit. Down here, his Gorger chews through another Trebuchet, and this is where the game ends at turn 5 because it's getting pretty late. So looking back on this game, while my trebuchet castle, technically worked, it was kind of a waste of the peg knight units to sit there and guard against Ogres that may or may not come on the board. So I have a 165 point unit guarding against a 75 point unit. So even if I kill him, I mean, it's not very efficient. So I think what I'll do next time is just spread my trebuchets out across the board. So, even if Gorgers pop, they'll probably kill 2 trebuchets at best. And they can't even come on the first turn. So all of them will get to fire. And then I'll have those peg knights free to, get into flanks, get into the rear, and really cause some more damage. So I think they would have been much better served in this game being mobile than acting as castle guards. So the trebuchets performed pretty well themselves. They killed a ton of iron guts, which I was happy with. However, I didn't take advantage of that. I tried to avoid the charge with my questing knights and get a flank with my BSB's unit, but it didn't work out. So in spite of all the damage that the trebuchets did, I didn't get any points for that damage because the unit survived at the end of the game. The points ended up being around 1650 for the Bretonnians and 790 for the Ogres. So technically a solid victory for the Bretonnians, but this was my opponent's first 3,000 point list, and he kind of threw some things together at the last second to reach this points value. You mentioned he's definitely going to change it up again when he plays 3,000 points. So we'll see when I play him next. Also, he just had some pretty bad luck to start. A scrap launcher blowing up, failed stupidity tests and charges. Just didn't go his way. Also, his Gorgers didn't come on until pretty late in the game. Another important thing to note is that Scrag, the nice cuddly teddy bear, forgot that he was stubborn and got run down. So, unfortunate there for Scrag. I'm finding more and more that this game is not only about luck and solid tactics, but it's also about remembering your own rules. It's just how it goes. There's a lot to think about in this game, which is why I like it so much. But my opponent was a blast to play against. In spite of his bad luck, he just had a great attitude about it and, laughed it off. So, enjoyed playing against him, and I'll certainly play him again. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and next up will be against Warriors of Chaos.